Alright, so this is for training purposes for Sonoran Cad for Ohio State Roleplay, the 5M server. So this is for Sonoran Cad. This is the CAD system. Whenever you're looking up our community, it's going to be Ohio State Roleplay, all one word, no spaces. Whenever you're trying to search a community on our server, underneath server information, it's going to be CAD MTD right here. There is a link right here that'll take you right to the website. So once you find the community, this is what it's going to look like unless it changes within the time that this video is made and you're seeing it. So once you click on it, you're not going to see anything right here. The first time that you're going to do, you have a civ key. It's CIV, and that'll get you the civilian and DMV. And then once you're getting trained for LEO, you'll be given a key, which you will put in right here. There cannot be any spaces before or after it. Has to be just the text as it is given to you. And then you'll get the police and dispatch. So within these two tabs, which this is for training for police only, you're going to have, I have these two pages set here permanently. You will not have these down here. All you do to look to see that is this is lookup, which is this page, and records, which is this page, which I can make that smaller. You can make them whatever size. To lock them, all you do is hit the lock window. You right click on it and you can lock window. But you don't need to do that. So the lookup, this is where you can look up a name. Ricky, for instance, if I wanted to look up a civ, there's the civ. You can look up their name, find out all their information. You can also go and look at their records, licenses, general citations, vehicle citations, vehicle registrations, whether they have a warrant, which this one, always, if somebody has a warrant, it shows up here. Make sure the status of it. Don't go and arrest somebody without knowing the status of the warrant. There's a lot of instances where people get arrested and they're not actually supposed to get arrested. Then always, if you're looking up a person on a traffic stop, search the license plate or search the person, look at the person's vehicle registrations and make sure that their license plate is set to the right, person. So the license plate comes back to the right owner of the vehicle or find out who the owner is. And then, so that's going to be the lookup. Now for the records, this one is pretty simple, can be kind of wonky at times, but so new report is only going to be basically if you go on a call and you don't find any evidence, you want to, look up something, or put a record in. This is what you would use. Basically, all this information. It's pretty self-explanatory right there. Records, new records. You have an arrest, BOLO, warrant, general citation, and vehicle citation. The arrest is pretty simple. It's just an arrest record showing what charges they're charged with, has weapons, has their information. The easiest way to fill out this information is by hitting this little blue box right here by the search, putting their name in. And Sonoran Cad is very particular. You have to spell their name exactly correct. So if you only got their first name, you didn't quite get their last name, but you're trying to type it in, just do the first name. And then the last name will pop up. It'll pop up everybody with that name, with the first name, but you're easier to find that. And then also with the vehicle, if you don't have the license plate, you can click the name search, find the person, find their vehicle. It's also easy that way. Charges, you can add more charges. You can add as many charges as you want. You can also remove them by hitting the red X. So you can remove all of these all the way back up to number 1. Charges, as soon as you click on this, you can actually type in here the charges that you're looking for. It's pretty awesome that you can type it in, or you can just sit here and scroll through every single one to try to find the one you're looking for. And once you find your charge, then you find your bail bond or the amount that they're going to be charged for that, and then the jail time if there is jail time. And then you can also do counts. So you can do multiple, as many times as you want. And then this also goes up. You bring that. You can bring this amount. You can actually edit this and make it say whatever you want. So that's their total fine. It'll say the total fine up here. It won't give you a jail time, so you have to actually add up all the jail time if there is jail time. Um, and then always set the date, whether it's active, inactive, closed, whatever, and then sign it down here, and then add the record to the person. So that's going to be for the arrest. The BOLO, it's just going to be their PED. If you had the vehicle, if you caught that, and what the charges that they're BOLO'd on, that's gonna basically set a warrant, and it's gonna flag their name every single time. It's actually going to be listed as a BOLO though, so it won't be as a warrant. A warrant is they're definitely going to jail, arrest them. A BOLO is going to be, we need them for questioning. So make sure that you're, setting those appropriately. General citation. This is if they're not going to be arrested, but they're going to be given a citation. This is what you're going to use. I use this even for vehicle speed, which is all the way down towards the bottom. So if they're speeding, this automatically gives you a fine amount. You can always add, change it, multiple accounts. It'll actually give you the title and everything, which you can set all this on the scene. Just fill it all out, get it done while you're on scene. It's easy to do. And of course, once you set all of your information, your information's automatically popped in. Vehicle citation is only for speed. It's only for the vehicle speed. So they're going to be their information, the vehicle speed, the speed limit, how you clock them, whether you're pacing them, radar, or another type. Then you can fill out the court date, the fine. This is all manually entered in. There is no, so you put the speed limits in. It's not going to give you a fine. You have to manually enter that in. That is all of the records right there. This shows, and this also on the records tab, it'll actually show you all of your records, all your warrants, general citations, arrests, everything that you as an officer have made. And so that's the lookup and the records tab. Now to make sure that you are set in here for your character, as far as what they are. So this is your unit number, whether you are a Delta, an Alpha, or a Bravo unit. So I'm a 1 Alpha
Charlie.
01. It's Bravo.
There are Charlie units as well.
Okay. Then your character name that you're going to go by, your rank. So whether you're a trooper, an officer, or a deputy, going up from, sergeant, always update it. Always update this. Make sure you're updated. This status is this up here. So whatever you set, it's probably going to be unavailable whenever you start. So you can always click that as available. This AOP is going to be statewide unless you are a city unit, then you are in the city limits. Agency, you always set your agency. So this is state of Ohio. And then department, which we have to for the PD, we're going to be changing that to that. If you're a part of a subdivision, you can put it. This isn't currently available. And then you save it. So that way, every time you fill out a report, all this information automatically gets filled in. And then so this is that tab. Let me get back out. System. There we go. This is the dispatch tab. You still have the records and lookup right down here, but this is actually changed a little bit, I think. But this shows who's active on the CAD. and then it says their available or their current status. And then this also shows where calls are. So it shows what all of our calls say, if there's a 911 active or not. So this can be good. You can use this tab because you can use these in here. You can actually probably just lock these in here as well. That way you're not moving them around all the time. But you don't have to use this tab. The other tab works perfectly fine. It's all preference, but this is also, like I said, this is good to see who's on as their own unit. So that's going to be pretty much it for this. So if you have any more questions, ask your supervisor. They'll be able to answer any more questions. So hope you enjoy this. See you on the other side.